In the previous part, we have completed the legislative functions of the parliament, that is the constitutional functions, lawmaking, and the executive accountability and financial accountability. In this part, we'll be starting with the executive functions of the. In the executive functions of the parliament, we have the role of the president and the prime minister and the council of ministers. First, starting with the president. So president is the head of the state and they are the nominal head of the executive. So it is important to remember that president is the head of the state in the sense that it is the nation. So what are the functions? So they appoint the prime minister and the council of ministers, and they will summon the parliament and assent the bills. So the final signature on the bills will be of that of the president. And they also have some discretionary powers where, particularly during the political crisis, like when no party holds a clear majority in the Lok Sabha elections. So when there is no clear majority, then there is a role of the president. So next is the prime minister and the council of ministers. So the person who is the de facto executive authority is the prime minister. So what are the functions or the key functions include leading the council of ministers, coordinating the work of various ministries, advising the president, and shaping national policies. So all these are the key functions of the prime minister. So the prime minister and the council of ministers will run the government, and they are collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. And most of the bills that came to the parliament were initiated by the government itself. That means it will start from the prime minister and the council of ministers. So they will initiate the bills. So another important thing to note here is, along with the prime minister and the council of ministers, we have a permanent group of officials who are known as the civil servants. They are also known as the administrators or the bureaucrats. So they work under the direction of the ministers and ensure the government functions smoothly. So it is important to remember civil servants. So they are the permanent group of officials, and they see that whatever laws are being made, they are implemented properly through the ground level. So whatever laws are made by the prime minister and the council of ministers will be looked after or will be implemented by the permanent group of officials with the guidance of the council of ministers, that is the civil servants. Another important point to note is, in the year 1956, there have been 2 train accidents, massive train accidents, and then railway minister Lal Bahadur Shastri has resigned because he wanted to take the moral responsibility for what has happened under his ministry. So the important points to note are, one train accident happened in September 1956 in Mehboob Nagar, and another is the Aryalur train accident in November 1956. Initially, for this train accident itself, Lal Bahadur Shastri has given his resignation to the Prime Minister Nehru, but Nehru did not accept it. And when the second train accident happened, and again Shastri has provided his resignation, and this time Nehru accepted it as a move that was widely praised for upholding the constitutional propriety, because he wanted to take the moral responsibility for what has happened under his ministry. Next, center and state. There is an analogy in how they both function. So in the center we have the parliament, in the state the same is the state assembly, and in the parliament we have the members of the parliament, that is the MPs, while in the state we have MLAs, that is the member of the legislative assembly. And a center will have the union list. So the union list, in the sense whatever aspects the center has control on, is known as the union list. So some of these are the defense, foreign affairs, banking, currency, and atomic energy, because these can't be individual to different states, because this holds the national interests. So all these things will be in the union list. And the state will also have a particular list which it have to deal with, that is the police, public order, local government, public health, agriculture, land, and the prisons. So all these will come under the state list because these all will need grounded understanding of the problems. So both the center, that union list, and the state list will have some subjects in common. So those subjects will come under the concurrent list. So the concurrent list, in the sense, it has education, forests, marriage, divorce, trade unions, criminal law, adoption, and succession. So all these will have both the union list and state list. Both the union and state have control on these subjects, which is the concurrent list. But for suppose if the center has brought up some idea about one such subject, for say the education, and the center has also passed a law on the same topic, but it is not following to what the state has proposed. So then whatever the center has told will be present, and whatever the state has told will no longer be used, because on a concurrent list subjects, the center will have a higher authority than the state, because they will see the national priorities when they are making the things rather than the individual priorities of the state. So whenever on the same topic both center and state have a variation of opinion, then whatever the center has proposed the bill, that will be followed in the state itself. So all these things, the union list, the state list, and the concurrent list. Next, speaking about the judiciary, role of checks and balances. Judiciary is a branch of government that is responsible for interpreting and applying the laws of the land, including in specific cases of disputes. The judiciary functions through a system of courts and plays a pivotal role in maintaining the democratic nature of society and governance. The judiciary acts as the custodian of the Constitution, ensuring that all branches of government operate within the principles and parameters enshrined in the Constitution. It keeps a check on the effective functioning of the society and institutions of the government. The Constitution not only tells us how the legislature and executive are given power to govern the country, but it also lists the specific responsibilities of these organs to ensure that the powers of the legislature are used properly and responsibilities are followed. The judiciary is given the unique and critical responsibility of checking that the laws passed by the Parliament have not violated the constitutional framework. Similarly, if a violation of the Constitution occurs when the laws are implemented by the executive, the judiciary again has the power to step in. Just as the Parliament functions through its legislature and the executive arms, the judiciary functions through its courts. Moving on to the structure of the state legislatures. So the state legislature can either be unicameral or bicameral. We have already seen that in the center we have the bicameral system where we have the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. So here in the state, it can either be uni or it can have both the houses. So in unicameral systems, we have the legislative assembly, while in the bicameral system, we have legislative assembly along with the legislative council. So here, it is important to remember that the legislative assembly is also called the Vidhan Sabha and the legislative council is called the Vidhan Parishad. So the states which follow the bicameral system are Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, and Uttar Pradesh, and rest of the states except these will follow the unicameral system. So here we have the legislative assembly for the states, and in the center we have the parliament. So in all these things we have the sessions going on, And there are total 3 sessions of a sitting. So whatever they'll meet, it is known as a sitting. So there are the budget sessions, monsoon sessions, and the winter sessions. So these happen 3 times in a year. So the sessions will happen 3 times in a year, which is the budget, monsoon, and the winter sessions. And each session, that is 6 hours a day during the session. So one day they will be sitting for 6 hours. So it can also exceed 6 hours basing on the importance of the relevance of the matter which is being taken up in that session. So this is how it works in the parliament as well as in the legislative assemblies of the state. Obviously, there are certain challenges in the effective functioning of these legislatures. So they have critical and vital role of enacting laws, overseeing administrative processes, and approving the budget. It also provides a platform for speaking about the national policies, the plans for the development, international relations, and addressing the public issues. However, the legislature also faces several challenges in its effective functioning. So some of these can include the regular absenteeism of members, non-cooperative conduct or communication of the members, reduced quality of important debates, and interruptions of the question hour. So these are all the challenges which are faced by the parliament. The parliament and state assemblies have been envisioned as spaces for thoughtful debates where the laws are made in interest of the people. However, when the debates are interrupted, sessions are cut short, and some bills take years to be passed, and it becomes a matter of concern. Concerns have been expressed by sections of society about the fact that a substantial proportion of their representation in the Lok Sabha have criminal cases against them, and that many sessions are marked by angry and biased debates that do not seriously address the issues affected by the people. So the media also plays an important role in communicating the concerns of the electorate. Yet, our democracy grows stronger when citizens stay informed and engaged. Many more young leaders and various voices are entering public life and technology in making it easier to stay connected and involved with the governance. As future voters, your choices and participations will play a key role in strengthening our parliament and assembly of the state you belong to, ensuring that they truly serve all the people.